you can start using these corners right here, maybe. And also, once you got the space A, that's a corner which you can use, just this pillar, which you can use. You can maybe press crouch as well, so enemy team will not be able to headshot you. And then move in. So like right here, we got the space A, we use this corner to recharge. Later, we go to this corner, space B, we recharge this shield here a little bit, and then we move in again. Just at least make sure, well, that you have most of your shield. Hello, my name is Gefest and I'm an Overwatch coach. In this video, I'm gonna talk about how to break taking space into small steps when playing Reinhardt. It will start with a overview of a player's gameplay, and after that, you will see some coaching during competitive game. If you also want to book some coaching with me, then you can find a link in the description to this video. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future as well. Hope you will enjoy the video. Here we gonna take a look at your gameplay, specifically just, making sure that you take space correctly and you're doing everything correctly. Yeah, I would say my question would be, did you guys have any plan at the start? Or, yeah, what?
So this is the second game, so I didn't set much expectation, and the only thing I tell them that when we begin is whether I'm taking the path towards the left, whether I'm taking the path of the right, of the choke. So usually when I play Volskaya, I'll tell anyone who I play with, I either go left or go right. That's the only thing that I will tell them.
Okay, so like here on this specific map,
Yeah.
did you have any kind of plan, like this specific plan? Do you exactly go left or you do exactly go right? So here, what do you wanted to do?
Most of the time I will go left, but for this
Yeah.
for this one, I'm trying to go right. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to go right.
Okay, I'm trying to go right, and then what do you do next?
I'm actually trying to follow exactly the red line
So
to the point.
we go like this, yeah,
Yes,
towards the point.
correct.
Okay.
Yep,
And
yep,
then you just kind of stay on the point and take it, right?
yep. If we can,
If you can.
and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if we can.
Okay.
So that's just the initial plan.
Okay. Let's see how it goes then. Yeah, our expectations are basically, well, we wanna be taking space, we wanna be dragging the enemy attention at the kill box, right? And kill
Yep.
box changes depending on where your team is, depending on what they do. Okay, so your fire got a pick, nice. Okay, so it's like here, right? We taking space in this area first, sort of
Yep.
going for the swings, dragging the enemy attention, getting rid of them. So you got rid of, if you take a look like now, when you're taking space, you got rid of their Winston, right?
Yep.
So the Winston moved back, and then the rest of the team, they sort of have to move back first because their main tank's not in front anymore, okay? So that's our first corner. That's where we took space at the start. What's our next corner we should take a look at? So your initial plan also, like if you remember, was just, yeah, kind of like going this way.
Yep.
Okay, that works. What kind of corners we want to use on the way? So like here is the first one, right?
Yep.
Making it easy for you to take space. What's this? What's the next one?
The second one is the building in the middle. That corner is my
Right.
corner. Yeah.
Okay.
This particular spot with the L shape. So that's my second corner.
Okay. So that's something you can do. Just maybe. Well, let's phrase it this way. How do you get there usually? Just simply, do you just walk or what do you do?
Usually I walk. Usually I
Hmm.
just walk.
But then,
Yeah.
if you take a look, like right here. So what went wrong? We get rid of the Winston. Winston's moving back. Then we got the space. We're also forcing the resources. So the Winston bubble was forced. The Zarya bubble is forced to. They're moving back even more because more and more resources are getting forced. Was healing. The Moira is healing the Winston. But then we started making a really aggressive move. in
Yep.
location which we didn't kind of like clear yet. So we claimed the space on this part, sort of, yeah,
Yep.
but we didn't claim the space on this part. So you can, generally speaking, phrase it this way: when you take in space in certain area, when you didn't claim that space yet, like, yeah, just
Okay.
not truly, you, because here you still have they still have opportunity, like the enemy team, they still have an opportunity to actively shoot you. You want to be kind of careful in terms of doing
Yeah.
an aggressive moves like this. Yeah, usually with your pin, what you're looking to do is when you take in space, you want to do perpendicular pins like this, so it's more safer. You almost never want to do the pin towards the enemy team, especially in a space which you didn't claimed yet. Yeah, like
Yep.
here you versus multiple people, so it's really dangerous. So all the time try to like take space first, take the corner first. Like, let's say I'm moving from this corner to this corner, so I took this corner. If the enemy team will start pushing me like this, then I can do this kind of pin. Yeah, maybe they're pushing me from this side too, yeah? So I can do this pin because my team is already controlling this space. My team is like set up in this space, but
Yep.
this team, they're not set up yet. They just claimed this space now. I hope that makes sense. Does it make sense?
I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense.
Because like here, it's just, it's a little bit kind of we a little bit too early to do this kind of moves, and that's why this kind of things can happen. But it's alright. Generally speaking, the rule is take those corners first, and then make this kind of an aggressive move if you need to. Especially when they're pushing your space, right? That's much easier. Like, this is fine, right? But currently, they sort of, yeah, in your space. You also went for short range pin. Looking for short range perpendicular pins or pins towards your team is always good. Like here, yeah, we're just not able to stay alive because all our teammates are dead, so it's alright, but we got their soldier. Like in theory, in 99% of situations, if you're looking to a pin towards the enemy team versus multiple people, and it's a long range pin, usually you'll die, like 99% of the time.
Yep.
Unless you have a bubble or like matrix on you.
Yep.
But yeah, ideally we still want to be looking for short range perpendicular pins, kind of, and that's the best.
Yep.
Okay, so here we're taking space, kind of getting rid of this Winston first. Okay, so what went wrong there? You see, like, here, we...
I'm
Mhm.
in on my own. I'm inside on my own. I push in much faster than my support can cope, and then the Winston shield actually blocks the healing LOS, and also it blocks the Moira's the healing as well.
Yeah, so the idea is to, like, take space, right? The final idea is to, like, get there. Before getting there, we have to get rid of the people holding certain corners, certain areas, right? So that's
Yep.
why you always want to take it step by step. You clear one space, then you clear another one. Like, we clear this one, then we go towards this position, like from here to here. Then later we can go there. So you see the problem now? We kind of like, what we didn't do. Did we clear the space, like, let's call it space A, and then the second space is B, and then this one is C. Did we clear the space here before moving
No.
in? Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, exactly. So you see, it's constantly like the game of resources. You have to get rid of their resources. You have to get rid of them doing something actively in this area. Like their Winston just use the bubble. Well, you can actually, if you think about this, you don't have to maybe deal with the Winston, even just swing on the Winston. Like right here, Winston uses resources. They use bubble on him as well. I hope you can see it. You can see it, right?
I can see.
Yeah,
Yep,
nice,
I can
perfect. So they're using resources, and you can actually think about it. Oh, okay, we can just kite and go back as well. Like, them using resources is what you're achieving by taking space. Once they use resources, they cannot hold space anymore because they will be really vulnerable. Like, this Winston without the bubble can do anything. Their Zarya is the same. So your idea is to force resources, and then this indirectly will push the enemy team back, kind of. So, but just take it step by step. Right now we're pushing the space B without pressuring the point A. That's the problem. Yeah, the area A. Okay, so we gonna reset. Yeah, we gonna rest. That's good. Okay, that was pretty good res. We also got their Zarya. I think this should be a winnable fight. Oh, that's good. That's fine. Yeah, so probably should be winning this one. Right, yeah. Nice. Okay. So what's your next plan? Or did you guys have a plan?
Yeah. Uh, at this point, I'm just trying to go high ground,
Right.
and then other than me, there's one more DPS is calling high ground as well. So I'm going to high ground to try to poke,
So
get some fire strike in.
yeah, like let's think about this also, like the bigger picture, right? What's our goal? Like the first point, the goal was pretty simple. We want to take the point. Like here, it's kind of the same, right? We want to eventually like get on their point, do something there. Kind of just cap it. So how high ground helps you to achieve that? Like if you think about this, not only you but also your team. Why it's
So
good? Why it's good taking this position?
first and foremost, it's good because we can see how the enemy are set up. So where their individual roles are, where each and every of the individual roles they are located, so that we can plan our attack,
Right.
what we need to do, then how we should approach in. So if we were to drop, where should we drop, right?
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
if someone happens to stand right beside the entrance, the entrance to the choke, then it's a pit that we can quickly take out. So the that's the advantage of high ground information, and then it's easier to strategize
Yeah,
because you have the information.
honestly, you can just always simplify it. Yeah, like you have the simple goal, you have the simple plan of taking space there. Like it's
Mm,
your own plan, right? So any sort of things, any sort of positions which allow you to take space easier, you want to take
mm,
those first. You want to
yep.
set up your team there first. Also, at the higher ranks, usually people start holding, like the enemy team will try to fight this high ground. They'll try to stay there, so you will have to clear that position
Mm,
first and make sure your team will be able to set up. And then once they set up, because they have a good angle on this position, you can move in and start taking space on the point. So that's what
mm,
you want to do all the time, kind of like getting rid of the initial space, like maybe the high grounds. Yeah, trying to make sure you got the space. Yeah, then moving kind of a little bit more forward and take space there. Maybe take space at this corner first, and then try to
mm.
move to the next corner, and then again the next corner. Yeah, so that's good. So you see, like, first of all, that's what you want to do always. You clear those threats, you clear those people on the angles first because they're more dangerous. You see, like, how much value is in Yargar
Mm.
also. That's why you clear those positions always. You clear those angles, you clear those important positions, those high grounds. Well, you was not able to do much about the Pharah, right? She just died, that's whatever, but you went after Zenyatta, that's good. So you went after Zenyatta, and then we'll
I
get
got
nano.
nano.
Yeah, so that's reasonable why you're looking for swings and looking to engage, that's fine. Oh, by the way, take a look at this. That's really interesting. So like right here, we said that we want to have this angle, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's pretty good. But you also see like who else is on an angle? Like who's taking angle now? Okay, let's face it this way.
The McCree.
Yeah, the McCree, right? And see how much value he is getting. Like right now, the Reinhardt you have to you have to shield this angle from here, and he have to shield the um angle from here. So this way, the Reinhardt knows, well, I can't stay out in the open because then I'm gonna be exposed to this McCree. I'm gonna be exposed to too many threats, so they have to hide. But then because they hiding, because you force them by taking an angle, you force them to move back and sort of be like all in one spot. They're all gonna be hiding in one spot, and because they hide in one spot, it's always much easier to deal with them. Especially
Yeah.
for McCree, like right here, he's just gonna break the shield and get through people. So that's why it's so good. Taking the angle in position. Okay, the shadow is okay. Technically, like right here, when you're trying to go for the shadow, what's the problem with this? What do you think?
Well, there's a few things. The enemy the what's it called? The Zen already has transcendence, so I'm
Yeah.
wasting my shadow.
Yeah, I would say that's it, honestly. Just try to pay attention to this first, kind of play around it first. Usually, what you want to do is to wait, kind of for the Nyarlathotns to just not be there, and then you can look for Shadow. Not necessarily for the on the Rhine, you can also Shadow there Zenyatta or someone else, but yeah, right now it's just not gonna do much because you're not gonna kill the
Yeah.
Rhine.
Yep.
So yeah,
Okay.
so like right now, it actually looks. What do you think right now? Look, that
We
is.
are
Mhm,
all ready to
mhm,
push forward, and yeah, from this view, we are all ready to push forward. We
mhm.
have uh more resources, that is, we have more people, more resources that is positioned on the higher ground, giving them more pressure.
Yeah,
So it
definitely.
gives the Ryan pressure to lift up the shield. It gives me opportunity to take space, push forward more aggressively. And because the support is pocketing me, the Mercy is pocketing me right now. So yeah, and then there is other than Mercy, there's one more. Wait, can't remember where. I think it's on somewhere else.
There's a Mercy and there is a Nana, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you can phrase it this way. Ideally, well, it's looking good. We simply have a good angle on the position, like our team's taking angle, and you have your full resources. That's it.
yeah.
That's what you wanted. That's what we want to have. So if that happens, we are ready to push the space. Want to be decisive? You do push the space, and nice. Now, let's see what happens next. So we again can also kind of find those corners. We can start at here, then we can go here and use this corner. If you think about this, what you can do, so we sort of like taking the space again step by step. Yeah, we can maybe divide this area on 3 separate areas. So like this area is A, right? And then this area is like B, because you have corners right there, and then there is like last area right here. So what kind of corners you can use, and what you can do to make it like easier for you to step in a space C before you actually,
B.
yeah, or B, yeah, like it's in the middle right here. So what you can do, what kind of cover you want to use, how you can recharge your resources to actually like make sure that you have most of your shield before pushing the point.
So
Kind of interesting, yeah. Hmm.
on the left side of B,
Yeah, so there's
there's
a
a
corner.
small alley. Yeah,
Mm.
there's a corner, and also there's a small alley. If there's anything happen, I can take cover there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like you can start using these corners right here, maybe. And also, once you got the space A, that's a corner which you can use, just this pillar, which you can use. You can maybe press crouch as well. So enemy team will not be able to headshot you, and then move in. So like right here, we got the space A, we use this corner to recharge. Later, we go to this corner, space B, we recharge the shield here a little bit, and then we move in again. Just at least make sure, well, that you have most of your shield, at least. That's really important. Because if we just gonna be hard shielding right here, you're not gonna have enough shield to actually get you to point C, if that makes sense. Like to this, last area. So like here you see we're holding the shield, and then if you're gonna move in, it's not gonna look good, I would say, if you don't recharge your shield. Because you see like right here how much shield we got, yeah? It's really hard to actually like keep the enemy team busy in this area, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
if you're gonna look for Sphinx in this area, you're gonna get discorded, and well, it's fine to get discorded if you have your shield, but if you don't, then you will be forced to move back, or what even, well, not that
I
great.
will.
You
I
might
will.
die.
Yeah, it might melt very fast. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I like how initially we started pushing, but kind of break it on into small steps. Yeah, like using the first corner first to recharge your shield, then moving to the next corner to recharge your shield, having most of your shields. So like most of your shields basically, at least want to have 1000, I would say. 1000 plus. Like
Yep.
ideally you want to have your full shield. Usually, well, not all the time it's possible, but sometimes it's possible. Just, you have more shield, you can stay more in the fight, you can drag more attention. It will be harder to also do something like that. Yeah, if they grab you, you can maybe shield this grab and protect your team. And then, because they stay alive, you guys can push the point later. So, let's just take a look on the defense. Maybe like 2 or 3 first fights. Want to be not just, moving in here, but we want to be defending, right? So what's the plan if you're on defense? How do you hold space? Yeah, let's phrase it this way. Where do you start? So we said when we take in space, we want to use certain corners, right? And
Yep.
then right here, at what corner you start, and then where do you move later once you're not able to use your corner?
So I made a mistake here in the beginning.
Mhm.
Okay. I defend at a corner, I engage at a location where I'm not supposed to. So the location, my ideal or my usual defending location is right at the engine of the truck.
Mhm.
That is where I usually defend.
Yeah,
So
so it's sort
if
of your corner here, right? Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So that's my first point. So if anything happens, then I will fall back to the left side. Same thing,
Mhm.
follow the red line. So I will follow back to right, yeah, that
Mhm.
location, or depending on the angle, or so I'll just hug the wall,
Yeah, you
right?
can also move there, maybe. Mhm.
Yeah. So this is what I will usually do. Yeah, but in the beginning I got melted.
Okay, that's fine. Let's take a look. Yeah, but the plan is anyway to always like have this sort of opportunities to hug those corners. So you start at one corner, then you move to
Yep.
another one if something happens. When do you actually, like in theory, yeah, if we start at this corner, what triggers you to move back? That's really important. What triggers you to actually move back?
When so a few indications. So for example, when team members are down, let's say we are down by
Mm-hmm.
one, down by two, it's time to move back. Or when certain resources is not available, for example, shield is down, my health is very low, then I would have to make a decision whether I
Yeah,
should go left or go right,
yeah.
and try to get to cover, try to get my support to heal me up. Or if I'm really alone, then run as fast as possible, or I should just pin back
Yeah, but
as
you're
fast
right.
as
You're totally right. Yeah. So when you don't have those resources, so like generally speaking, fundamentally, we want to have our shield. Want to have most of our shield when we hold in the space, and we want to have our armor. If we don't
Yep.
have those, we simply can leave the space and let the enemy team in a little bit. We're gonna fight at the next corner, it's fine. Well, by doing so, by being there anyway, if you traded your armor, if you traded your shield, you still drag the enemy attention, you still force some of their resources. Yeah, maybe they use like a couple of cooldowns, 2 or maybe 4 cooldowns here, and then they're gonna move in and then use even more cooldowns, and that's what you're doing. You constantly wanna be forcing them to use their abilities, forcing them resources, and eventually, if we do everything right, our team should be winning, unless they trolling. I mean, yeah, it's just like it's fine, should be good. Because by forcing the enemy resources, you're making it easier for your team to control the space. Oh, they lost the Moira too. Let's see here. Yeah, so you see what's the issue when we're trying to like go in? What we're not using currently, we're pushing in, but what's not there? Yeah, like when we're holding the space, or when we're making an aggressive move, wanna have a corner, right? So like
So
right.
this is
Mhm,
same mistake that I made when I was attacking. So I moved in alone on my own, like with
mhm,
literally like five six people aiming at me.
mhm.
So and then the Ryan also charged me, and yeah.
Yeah, so I would say we can phrase it this way: you want to start the fight somewhere where you have an advantage. Generally speaking, uh, if you start near the corner, that's your advantage. It's interesting to kind of like see here when you actually can push, because you can, like sometimes you can push, but when do you actually push? Like,
When
mhm.
we had the advantage.
Yeah, exactly. So initially, you sort of start 6v6, and you start at positions, like you set up your team somewhere where they have an advantage. So maybe they have this position here, maybe they have position there, so they have an angle on this position, and then you hold near the corner, so that's your advantage. And then you kind of like play around, force their cooldowns, and make sure you gonna have an advantage eventually, and then later you can push, later you can make an aggressive move. But right now, we can say that we don't have an advantage because our
Yep.
fur is dead. Also, our fur is getting dressed. It's also like something your diva can deal with. If you're worried about the fire is dying, she can maris it. That's not your job, kind of like to try to save the fire. But it's alright. Okay, I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
Maybe we can try to actually work on this when we do life coaching now. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, let's do that, I think. Okay, so here, right? Try to break your engagement on small steps, right?
Yep.
Try to use one corner. Once you took that corner, recharge your shield. Then later, we're gonna start pushing, taking the next corner. Usually, you wanna start initially from the left side or near the statue, um, recharge there, then move towards the point, use the wall, hug the wall there, and start recharging your shield there, and then push the point. That's kind of like the plan.
Okay.
Usually you always can take the left side initially. Yeah, you can even start with the charge a lot of times, but it's okay if you just walk to you. Okay, so right here, now we want to clear the space, we want to take the space here. Okay? That's our initial space we're taking. Okay. So we got the location A, let's push location B. We have most of our shield, well, we don't have our armor, just be careful. Okay, we have our armor now, so it's time to... Yeah, we can do that. We have to push in and kind of drag the enemy attention. Yeah, keep going, keep doing that. We have armor, we have our shield.
Oh.
That's fine. Well, we at disadvantage, so just play slow. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a big shatter. Nice. I
Ah,
feel like it's good. I feel like it's pretty good. You got their main tank, you got their Ashe too. Now you have a good spawn, you can just get back to the fight pretty fast. Maybe you can go for a pin to get closer. I
yep.
mean, like, to get faster in the fight. Usually you can look initially for the charge on the left side. Just,
Okay.
go from there. Yeah, it's just faster. Now it's time to clear the point. Clear the space on the point. Nice job. Okay. So the same thing we're gonna do on the second map. We clear the certain corner. We recharge the shield there and then we push again. So right here we have most of our shield, we have most of our resources, then we can push. If we don't, then we just can use the corner.
Yep. I'm gonna take corners right now.
Yeah, exactly. So like right here, we're not at the corner. Just find the corner you want to use. Maybe you want to clear the high ground as well. There is like,
Ash.
what we
Yeah.
said. Yeah, we want to deal with important positions first. You remember like on Volskaya? We want to take top right. Here is kind of the same. Nice. Good job. Good job. Can get the Ana too. Nice. Okay, now make sure you hold the corner where you have an actual advantage. Yeah, we want to start at the corner, remember. We want to
Yep.
have position advantage. That maybe
Nice.
was a little bit way too far, but well, you guys got the points.
Yeah.
Just be careful by being like way too far away from where your team set up. Like right here, your team can support you, so that's good. Yeah. That's fine. Maybe like in terms of micro, you could take the HP pack there and just steal him the HP pack from the Ryan by jumping back behind him, but it was okay.
I was trying to drag the Rhine down with me, but I
Yeah.
didn't know I could actually like charge over the.
Yeah, you actually can. That's a fun part about it. Okay. So let's use the corner where we recharge our shield. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Once we have most of our shield, so right here we have it, we can look to make an aggressive move. So again, we use the corner, we recharge our shield. Right. You keep pressuring also, that works. Yeah, you have an advantage. You can just go for swings. Nice. Yeah, so step by step, even in the middle of the fight, I would say, if you're moving
Okay.
between the spaces, between the certain locations, you always like go from one small corner to another, one small piece of cover to another piece of cover. Always like have this sort of habit.
Okay.
But good job. Doing much better.
Okay. No, thanks to your constant reminder, because there are certain things that I couldn't grasp it, or I couldn't understand it. So you help me understand better.
Nice. That's
I
good.
have the tendency to charge in the open. It's a bad habit, but sometimes I just don't see or don't understand why I shouldn't be doing that. So yeah.
Yeah,
So at least
there is a simple concept. Yeah, like when you're charging, you want to be looking for perpendicular short range charges usually. If you're looking to charge towards the enemy team and it's a long range charge, you don't want to take those usually. It's like pretty easy to shut you down, maybe sleep dart you, flash you, react to your charge and just avoid it. So kind of, work on this as well. That's something we can put on our short-term goals, honestly. It's pretty easy to get rid of, in my opinion, so should be
yep.
fine.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice.
That's fine, that happens. Okay, so now we don't have an advantage. I would say you don't push the point, you maybe take a fight on this choke later.
Yeah.
Because you have an advantage, such as this corner here. Make sure your team can support you though. You can
Yep.
look around also, yeah. Okay, so now we don't have a HP, so we have to move back. Once you have it, you can push forward. Always like, you have your resources, push forward. You don't have those, you push back. Now we have those. We still have those, maybe? Yeah. That's fine. Just a small thing, usually what you can do, if the window appears in front of you, if you're able to kind of like just walk past the window, you can do that. But just block the damage coming out from this window, this way.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can just like stay in front of the window, sort of, and just, shield it. Yeah. Oh wow. That's okay. Also, like, we can slow it down, just, pay attention to anyone who's closer again, yeah? Like, clear them first, get rid of those threats first, such as Ryan, maybe, who's in your backline, or Winston, and then move forward again.
Okay.
Kind of step by step clearing the space, same as on the wall, Skya. Like, right here, what we can do also is to take better positions, right? So,
Yep.
we can always take a look to take the high ground.
Where was the monkey? Ah, they're all high ground.
Yeah, it's usually better if you start on the high ground first, because you have the options. You see where your point is, right? So you want to hold around the objective, sort of, right? So
Yep.
you want to, because you're on the high ground, that gives you opportunity to shoot multiple directions and just protect the point, sort of indirectly. Like, your team can shoot from here. Your goal is to basically prevent the enemy team from pushing the point. And if they're not on the high ground, it makes it easy for you to do something. Because you're on the high ground, they're not, you have positional advantage, you win by default. So, like, right here, you want to hold a certain corner, which allows you to, like, drag the enemy attention. Yeah, right there, that's a corner you want to hold, actually. So, like, this one. Yeah, exactly. And just keep them busy. But don't move forward unless you have an advantage.
Ah.
That's fine, that's fine. It's good attempt. Don't forget about the point too. That's fine, yeah. Nice. Yeah, and we do the same again. We start on the good position. Usually, again, high ground is better, and then you want to choose the corner you want to use. So you use this initial corner where we were, and then you can go back to the next corner, start there. But you hold this corner until you lose your resources, until you don't have a shield, until you don't have a armor.
Roger that.
But also, make sure you use your shield only in the fight, actively. Like, you wanna, you know, like right here, maybe? Oh. Okay, that's fine.
Ah.
Nice, good job. Yeah, she faded away somewhere. Nice. Yeah, so that's good. You can start at the corner. Yeah, you let them walk in into your space. You make it hard by looking for swings. But once they enter space, if you need to block the damage is coming out, then you put your shield up. But yeah, but you want to avoid using your shield before the fight. Like, at least most of your shield should be there for the actual fight. So like right here, the actual fight's starting. If you have most of your shield, that's good. Yeah, because you see, like, that's where you need your shield to protect you if you need, like, because the bob.
The pop.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I think it's winnable. I think it should be good. Nice. And we won this one. Nice.